This episode of YOGAmazing is brought to you by Casper. Casper is an online retailer of premium mattresses for a fraction of the cost. Casper is revolutionizing the mattress industry by cutting the cost of dealing with resellers and the showrooms and passing the savings directly to the consumer. It's a comfortable mattress that has just the right sink and bounce. A Casper mattress provides long-lasting comfort and support. Casper offers free delivery and painless returns within a 100-day period. Get a Casper mattress for $500 for a twin or $950 for a king. You can save an additional $50 because you're one of our audience members by going to casper.com/yoga and use the promo code YOGA. That's casper.com/yoga with the promo code YOGA. Welcome everyone to this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. I am Chaz, I'm your host, and welcome back. Now this week's class goes out to a friend of mine, Jason. I found out on his Facebook post that he was having lower back pain issues, so that's going to go out to you, Jason. And I'm sure it's going to be beneficial for many people, because if you have poor posture, or you're sitting at your desk all day, or maybe you're standing on your feet all day, you will develop some form of lower back problem. So this class is going to be easy to follow, but the benefits are going to be huge. So Jason, I hope this helps. And if you have an idea for an upcoming episode, please send it to me, Chaz@YOGAmazing.com. And of course, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And you can find me on Instagram with ChazAmazing. And also, if you're looking for the archive, please go to YOGAmazing.com. And you can also subscribe to YOGAmazing 24/7, where it's full HD and none of this talking and no advertising. And if you want the high intensity workout, check out HiiYoga.com. So remember, as we go through today's class, to breathe, relax, and have fun in this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. From here, you're going to open up your knees and bring it into child's pose. Stretch your arms out on the floor. Bring your forehead to the floor and just relax here for a few moments and breathe deeply, allowing the body to relax, allowing to become present in the moment. Remember, inhaling deeply through the nose, hollow the throat, expand the chest and lungs. And with each inhale and exhale, we breathe deep, the body relaxes. It's going to warm the blood flow through your body, so whether the poses are hard or simple, the breath stays constant and flowing like a cascading waterfall. And from here, you're going to slowly bring yourself up and you're going to take it to your hands and knees for the cat and cow pose. So shoulders over the rings of the wrist, knees or hips width apart, and inhaling, looking up. And as you exhale, round, tuck, and squeeze. Inhale, looking up. Shoulder blades down, and round, tuck, and squeeze. And just follow your breath, moving in and out with the movement, with the breath, at your own pace. And then bring it back to the center. Dig your toes into the mat, and we're going to take it into a downward facing dog. Now remember, when we're doing down dog, we don't want it to be a soft N, we want it to be an upside down V. So you're going to spread your fingers, come up on your toes, push back. See how my spine gets long and straight? And then start working your heels to the floor. Now if you push your heels to the floor and you're not warmed up, then you're going to push yourself forward and round like that. And we don't want that. If your heels don't touch the floor, it's no big deal. It just means your heels don't touch the floor. Push it back, tailbone up, spread the fingers, roll the shoulder blades away from the ears and down the back. Stay here and breathe. And you're going to bring the right foot forward, dropping the knee. And then from here, hands to the inside of that leg, you're going to drop that leg open. We're going to do a couple of variations on this. Stay here and breathe. And if that's too much, just only go as far as you need to with that coming up on the side of the foot. And then slowly take this back to a down dog. And then from here, you're going to bring the right knee forward into a pigeon. Now remember, I don't want you to drop over like this. If you need to, you can get a pillow and prop it up under your bottom or your bum. And then you're going to lengthen it here and then stretch it all the way out. Or you can stay here. I'm going to stay here so you can hear me talk. So remember, as you inhale, expand. As you exhale, you're going to distribute the weight evenly. And you're going to feel this stretch right here into your bottom side. So all these poses are helping to stretch the muscles in the lower back area. And right here, because this adds tension. So just breathe into it, hang out. And then slowly come up and then hold it right here as well, shoulder blades down, and then go back to a down dog. Now we're going to take this to the other side, so bend your knees, push it back into a down dog. Heels go as deep as you can without sacrificing the pose. And bring the left foot forward, dropping the knee. Both hands down, dropping that left knee out to the side. Stay here and breathe. Slowly release. Take it back to a down dog for just a few moments here. Push it back and bring that left knee through for a pigeon. Sliding the leg back, lift, lengthen, and stretch it out. Take it to your forearms or all the way on the floor, wherever you feel good. Same thing comes into play here. Don't drop over. That's a big no-no. We don't want that. We want to square the hips up, put a pillow under your bum if you need to, or your bottom. Remember to breathe into the tightness, and as you exhale, distribute your weight evenly into the floor or the mat, and just relax. Slowly release. Let's take it back to a down dog. Push it back, deepen the breath. And you're going to walk your hands back. And then from here, I want you to come to the middle of your mat. I want you to bend your knees slightly. And I want you just to fold over and hang like a ragdoll. So hinge from the hips, bend the knees, and just drop it in. Palms up. You're not pushing or holding. You're just relaxing. Drop in like a rag doll. And then slowly bring it up vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. And then from here, we're going to open it up and we're going to do a triangle pose. Now remember, what we're trying to do here is to work on our lower back, and a lot of those issues come from sitting down and from slouching. You know, when you're walking or your desk like this, hey, I'm guilty of it. I've got to constantly remind myself to roll my shoulders and pull it back. So I'm going to take a moment here to talk to you about that. I talked to a friend of mine the other day, and she said that, you know, she rolls her shoulders forward and then she starts to hunch. So what happens is that starts to constrict her breathing. And then what happens there, then you start messing with your lower back. Then what happens with that is you start messing with your hamstrings. So your whole body goes out of whack, and all we've got to do is work on our posture. So we want to make sure that we tuck our tailbone under, stand up straight as much as we can. I mean, do a mountain pose, which is just standing straight at attention with awareness. If you're in a long line at a store or something. Something as simple as that will help you, because we don't want to constrict our breathing. We want to open it up, tuck our bottom under, draw your navel in, and work on our posture, because that will help alleviate a ton of back issues. Something simple like that. So remember, that's an easy pose for you to do. So now, Remember the mountain pose, so let's do that. Didn't plan on doing it, but we're gonna do it because it's such a basic pose that you can do anywhere. So you wanna lift your toes, spread your toes, firm up your legs, draw your navel in, tuck the tailbone, roll the shoulder blades down the back, point the fingertips to the floor, and then bring your chin back a little bit and stand with awareness. So your whole body should be active. It shouldn't be limp. It should be like a light switch. Turn it on. Hug the muscles to the bones and just stand here. And if you can learn to stand with better posture, it will help with a lot of your lower back problems and your hamstring and your breathing constrictions. It's a lot. And release. That pose and the standing forward fold are great poses to do anytime, anywhere. When you fold forward on the standing fold, it brings fresh blood into your head, so it wakes you up. So a great pose to do midday. And it also helps to calm you down. And it stretches out your lower back. So from here, we're going to be doing triangle pose. So make sure that you're heel to heel, heel to arch. And remember, we don't want to just go boom, down into the pose. So you want to take a great big inhale. You want to lengthen. See, my hips are going back. So you want to go back with your hips, lengthen so you get this length right here. And then you're going to take your hand down to the leg. Now you can put a block. You can put your hand here, or you can take it all the way down. But I don't want you to start sticking your butt out and taking your arm out. Remember, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're doing the pose here, you're as advanced as anyone out there doing yoga. It's about being aware of making sure that you're in the pose properly. So remember that. Everyone can be an advanced yoga practitioner if they just listen to their body and don't let their ego come in and tell you to do it deeper, and then you injure yourself. And bring it up. Let's rotate it to the other side. And we're going to lengthen. Remember, the hips are going back. Long, straight torso, get the length. Goes down as far as you need to. Here, block, or even lower, or palm on the floor, whatever works for you. Gaze up, deepen the breath. If it hurts to look up, look down. And slowly bring it up. Hands to the hips, wiggle your feet together. Now from here, we're going to do a really simple pose, and we're going to use the wall. We're going to do a wall push. So what you want to do is build a box. So you're going to take your arms straight out and feet straight under the hips. So we form like an L, but we're going to form a box. So I'm going to put my hands on the wall. I'm going to walk my feet back, walking my hands down the wall. Sorry if my bum is facing the camera, but this is how it's got to be done. So from here, push into the wall, feet under the hips. See, so you got like an L, or you're forming a box. So just push into the wall, deepen the breath. Everyone's got a wall, so I'm sure everyone can do this. And then slowly release, walk it forward, come back to standing. Good. Now from here, we're going to take the arms up. And again, we're just going to take it down and fold, hang like a ragdoll. And then slowly release, take it back to a down dog for just a few breaths. And slowly release. I want you to drop to your knees for just a moment. And then from here, we're going to bring it to our stomach, and we're going to do the Sphinx pose. We're going to do 3 variations. So for right now, we're going to do the Sphinx pose. So basically, as a kid, you probably used to lay on the floor watching TV, or whatever. So think of it, bring back your childhood. So from here, you're going to draw the shoulder blades down the back. Just stay here and breathe. And you're going to slowly release down. Now this time you're going to bring your thumbs to your chest, hands by your chest, elbows tucked in. We're going to do cobra. And as you inhale and as you exhale, lift with your lower back muscles. Now think of these as T-Rex arms. They're really not doing nothing. They're not even pushing you. So just stay here and just hold you in position, but use your lower back to strengthen, not to push with. Keep your neck long, neutral with the spine. And then slowly release. Now this time, arms to your side, palms down, inhale. And as you exhale, bring it up. Arms up, legs up, chest up. Remember, we want to strengthen that lower back. And release. From here, push it back to a child's pose. Stretch it out. And then from here, I want you to lie on your back. And again, we're going to work on stretching out into the lower part of the back and into the piriformis area. So for here, we're going to thread our arms through, interlocking behind the left knee. Push your right elbow into the right knee as you pull the left knee in. So you should be feeling this right there in your right butt cheek. Release. Let's rotate it to the other side. Cross the leg, interlock behind the right, inhaling and exhaling, pulling it in. And release. Open up your feet, hips width apart. We're going to do a bridge pose with the arms to the side, palms down, inhale. And as you exhale, lift up, keep your neck long, breath deep. Then let your legs splay or spread, keep the knees straight forward. Release, bring it down vertebrae by vertebrae, and squeeze it in. Big hug, forehead to the knees. Arms to the side, palms up, and take the legs to the right, look to the left. And take it the other way, left, then look to the right. Bring it back to the center, one more big hug, squeeze it in. And then stretch it out on the floor for Shavasana, the resting pose. Remember, arms to your side, palms up. Just breathe, surrender, and give yourself these next few minutes to just allow the body to relax and to heal through your practice of yoga. Take the peace and the strength and share it. Namaste.